Dear Dr. Morse, when I ate larger amounts of fruit, say more than 300 kcal, I often see blood sugar levels go to 135. 145 in the time between 15 to 40 minutes after eating. I start feeling ill at ease, wired, about 125, do you? You know, there's a lot of people that handle 125. Not saying I like 125, but a lot of people walk around with 125, 130, 150 even, you know. There's people that are walking around with 300, 400 sugars. Isn't that amazing? But you feel weird at 125, huh? Well, you know, that's your adrenal glands. Even though it's simple sugars, when you see that, when you see a simple sugar creating a blood sugar spike, even fructose, then you know it's your adrenal glands right off. Now, right off, cortisol levels are low. Now you need to fix those adrenal glands. Don't eat large amounts of fruit then. I'll be honest with you, it is so much better to eat small amounts more often than big amounts less often. You tax your system. And it's much easier to eat a mono diet at any given time. Now, I know this smacks in the face of what people have been doing around this world, but look at their health issues. Most animals only eat one type of food at one time, so the body can metabolize, break it down, digest it, absorb it and everything, and it's not focusing on different vibrational plants. Every plant has its own unique vibration and individuality, just like we do. Well, they break down differently, they affect differently, their vibrations or energetics are different, so when you mix a whole bunch of them and you're a sensitive kind of person, like I am, you can feel all that. So when I eat the most simple, I feel the best, and my body feels the best because I can digest, metabolize, and use more of it than it would mixing it with a whole bunch of different frequencies and stuff. My fasting blood sugar level is 90, so that tells immediately your adrenals are down, my friend. Your fasting blood sugar level should be 80. If you start going down, most blood sugar norms in labs are 65 to 99. Now some labs are stretching it up to 115 and this and that because more people are having higher blood sugars. But 65, I have a problem with 65. You hit 65 blood sugar, it's not within normal range. You're low blood sugar. Matter of fact, if I see 70 on a blood workup, I know you're going down because 80s are better. 80s are a better blood sugar. You start dumping 70 and below, it's definitely hypoglycemic. You're starting to go down that way. And both of those are adrenal glands, though. All adrenals, up and down. Within an hour or so of eating fruit, the blood sugar does drop back to baseline. There you go. I find the 30 minutes or so of high blood sugar levels very uncomfortable. However, you got to fix your adrenals and then that won't happen. Okay, you got to fix your adrenals. What levels of blood sugar right after eating, say 30 minutes after, would be considered normal for a healthy frugivore? I would say this. I don't think your blood sugar level should get much over 100. I honestly don't. I think if you have good metabolism with your adrenal glands and all that, and your body's in a pretty good state of health, you're not going to see much of a bump. Simple sugar. So you wouldn't see much of a bump, or wouldn't need to see much of a bump. Glucose, you might see a little more of a bump in glucose than fructose. But certainly when you get into more of your complex sugars, simple sugars are like monos. They're simples. They're monos. They're only one type. Like I say, monos, when things are simple, the body deals with them better. When you complex that, same thing with protein. Protein is a complex structure of amino acids. Well, your body can't use complex structures of amino acids. And the proof of that is that when you eat those, it has to break them all the way down through the peptide, polypeptide stages, back down to the amino acid stages before you can use them one little bit. Why would you put your body through that and all the byproducts formed, all the initial acid hit with hydrochloric and pepsin, all of that, and then the need of your small bowel there, the duodenum, to have at least an 8 or at least 7.5 to 8 pH to properly digest your carbohydrate. So it makes no sense to have a protein diet whatsoever, considering that protein is the pain side of life.